Hello everybody, welcome to Peace in the Valley. And today on the channel I want to talk about my favorite tools for the tractor. When I'm running the tractor, I want to make sure that I've got access to what I need when the maintenance deed's done. And it always, most of the time, comes down to about the same set of tools. Now this isn't talking about the tightening of all your bolts that you need to do regularly just because things vibrate, but the actual ones that I'm going to use when I am using the 3-point or the bucket or something like that. Just stuff that I need to make a quick adjustment. I think most of you know what the tools are. First and foremost is a toolbox. I think that's a big tool that you need on your tractor. And my RK25 came with one down here on the backhoe, but there's a lot of times the backhoe's not on. So I need a toolbox. Second tool is, I'm going to open it up here, the crescent wrench, or excuse me, the adjustable wrench. We always called these crescent wrenches when I was growing up, and since then my dad has corrected me. The adjustable wrench. Get a big one, okay? You want a big one because you're going to be using it a lot on the tractor. My second wrench is another adjustable wrench. You always need two. You need one a little bigger and you need one a little smaller. That is my third tool. You know, if we started off with the toolbox, the adjustable open-end wrench, and then a second one, two different sizes. That way you can get into tight spaces and adjust different things when you're out in the field. You can't always depend on having a big toolbox ready to go. So you want a toolbox that's big enough to hold your basic tools. Now, of course, I've got glove and tape measure and stuff like that, but those aren't used near as much. And now my last tool is one I actually made. This one right here, and I think it is actually a great tool. Let me show you what we can do with it. First of all, it's real simple. I can use it kind of like what I can for the adjustable wrench. I can put it in here. I can adjust these, okay? I can also use it for the hydraulics, and I put this point, or this rounded part on here, just so, and I'll show you right here. Now, anybody that has worked with tractors knows that the hydraulics can be touchy and iffy on whether they're going to work or not. So if you're wondering if you're going to be able to change these out, and if you remember in my previous video, I changed these out from the flat face connectors to the poppet connectors. And it has been good. I can usually put them on with no problem. However, inside these, they can still get some pressure built up. So this tool here that I just showed you can also go in and you can just tap it if you can't get it, and that releases the pressure also. And then you can slide them right on. This tool can also act as a lever, where if you need to put something inside right here, and then you can now get leverage on it in a way that you couldn't before. So I'm going to show you today my fourth tool, and I'm going to show you now how to make it, because it's pretty simple. Here we go. So one of the reasons to save like your scrap materials is because you can make great tools out of them. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. You see, we get these miscellaneous pieces of metal and we save them. Find some black iron pipe that's I think it's 1/2 inch, and we're going to come back here and show you how we made this. Now that pipe works for a lot more, or that tool, and I'm going to just call it my tractor tool because I'm not sure what else to I'm not sure what else to call it, but it's my tractor tool that helps out with hydraulics. It helps out with stuff in the back. It works for both the hydraulics in the back on the RK25 or the TYM T25 with the Pioneer connectors or the Poppet connectors. Either one of them, those couplers, it works just fine. And I'm sure it'll work for a lot more than that too. I've also found that some of the levers and pins, you can actually use that tool to hold on to them while you're putting your pins in. So let's go ahead and start making this tool, show you how to do it right now. So here is the other half of that tool that I actually took the other day that I made, and we're going to start off with that right here. Before we grind it down, because I had it rounded on the edge, we're going to go ahead and cut this to where we have now a little handle. And the reason I also put that handle on, I could have just used this and finished it, but the handle itself actually gives one something to hold on to, but I can also tap it with the hammer or my hand, which tapping this doesn't work quite as well. If I have this to tap onto, much better. Being that it's also hollow, makes it even better. So we're going to go ahead and cut this off with the grinder. We are going to put our jacket on because Angel is really tired of me burning holes in my shirts, plural. So we're going to go ahead and make the handle. It's about the width of a 2x4 board, so it's about 3.5 inches or so. Grinder had no problem. I'm actually going to keep this half. The other one had tape on it and I don't want to deal with that right now. Now, how do we get this attached? We use our handy dandy Harbor Freight welder. And I'm going to flatten that out a little bit. Going in a twirling fashion, I actually can flatten it out easier. Gonna go ahead and turn the welder on. Get my welding gloves. Still hot. Okay, so here is our initial tool. Now we're going to round the edges, and the same down here. We're going to put this into a ball end. Never underestimate what a tool can look and feel like when you've got a chamfer on the edges of all of it. It's going to make your tool much more professional and handy, and you're going to feel better about it. And our last little bit is we're going to paint it. So all it took was about 10 minutes or so to make a tool that is super handy that you just don't seem to find anywhere else. Now, could you make modifications to it? Absolutely. Why wouldn't you want to make modifications to something? If you've come up with a good idea, somebody else can make it better. And there's nothing wrong with that, because we all do better when we all share our ideas. This tool is very handy. And if you like it, or if you have made something similar that has really helped, that's just not a tool you see on the market, put it down in the comments. I would really like to know. Be sure to comment below on just about anything you want to talk about. I'd be glad to converse with you. And let's just make this a better place. Take care, God bless, and have a great day.